Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to be talking about top 10 movies of one of my favourite actors, and that is John Cusack. Yeah, really love his work, big fan of him, particularly his movies from the 80s. But yeah, no, I thought I'd make this video talking about my top 10 favourite John Cusack movies. So yeah, that being said, going to kick it off with my number 10 pick. So yeah, my number 10 pick is a movie a lot of people wouldn't really associate with John Cusack. He is in the movie, he's only in the movie for 5 minutes if that, but it's a great movie. It's regarded as one of the best movies ever, and I can completely agree. And that is Stand By Me. It only comes in at number 10 for me because John Cusack has such a small role in the movie. He plays, of course, Gordy's brother, played by Will Wheaton. And without going into spoilers or anything, although he's not in the movie for that long, his character does have an impact throughout the movie, sort of in the movie subplot, as it were, and his character just adds to the relationship between Will Wheaton and his father, played by Marshall Bell. I just think this is obviously a fantastic movie, and it totally gets the praise it deserves, in my opinion. But again, it's only coming in at number 10 in this John Cusack list because John Cusack is barely in the movie. But yeah, he just has such a great role in the movie for just such a short time. But yeah, that's why it's my number 10 pick. So yeah, that is Stand By Me. So coming in at number 9 for me is an early 90s movie, and that is The Grifters. I have a lot of fun with this movie. The main sort of plot about what this movie is about is these con artists, and yeah, I think it's a good, fun John Cusack movie with Angelica Houston and Annette Bening as well. Really like the cast. But yeah, it's just a fun little con movie, and it sticks out from the crowd because I just like original movies like this. But yeah, there's not really much else to it. I have fun with this movie, and yeah, I just think it's a good time. So yeah, that is number 9, The Grifters. So coming in at number 8 for me is a 90s movie of the action genre that is very much a staple. And that is Con Air, with Nicolas Cage. This is a fantastic action movie. Nicolas Cage, of course, is the star of the show, as well as the villains on the plane. But John Cusack is pretty much one of the detectives on the ground throughout this whole movie, and yeah, I just like his character in this, with the banter he has with the other officers. They just find him a bit weird, but yeah, the reactions and the interactions there are a lot of fun, and I really do like the ending to this movie as well, where Nicolas Cage and John Cusack sort of team up on the motorbikes. It's a lot of fun. It's a classic 90s movie, and one of the best action movies too. So yeah, just really enjoyable. So yeah, that is my number 8 pick, Con Air. So coming in at number 7 is another movie that's sort of an early role for John Cusack, and that is The Sure Thing. This is a fun movie, as it were. It's very entertaining. But yeah, the plot is basically he's travelling to get to this school where he's been told by his friend that this girl there is the sure thing, and he has to go on this trip with this other girl who he just really doesn't get on with and doesn't like at all. But as the movie goes on and they spend more and more time together, you can sort of guess where the plot's going. But yeah, I have a good time with it. It's a fun 80s movie. I just sort of saw this movie for the sake of seeing it. It's not breaking any new ground or anything like that. But it's a lot of fun for what it is. This movie could have been awful, and it wasn't. It's really surprising. So yeah, that is my number 7 pick, The Sure Thing. So coming in at number 6 is a sort of horror type thriller movie that I really sort of enjoy, I think from the early 2000s, and that is Identity. About 80% of this movie I absolutely love, but the ending to me was just such a tag on. It just really fell flat for me, this ending. But the way this movie builds up and the way this movie goes, I was completely hooked and completely riveted by it. And yeah, it's just absolutely engaging from the start. But yeah, it pretty much follows all these characters who end up stranded at this motel on the same night. But something a lot deeper is going on in this movie, and yeah, they sort of have these weird sort of scenarios that take place. They all sort of end up getting bumped off one by one. But yeah, not to go too much into the movie, it's just a great little thriller, but a bit of a disappointing ending for me. But yeah, John Cusack in it is absolutely great, and yeah, I just have a good time with the majority of this movie. So yeah, that is my number 6 pick, Identity. So yeah, coming in at number 5 for me is Gross Point Blank, with John Cusack and Minnie Driver. Dan Aykroyd as well in this movie. I just absolutely love him in this film as well. But yeah, this focuses on John Cusack's character, who is a hitman who has been invited back to his high school reunion. And yeah, that is basically the plot of the movie, and I just absolutely enjoy it. I have so much fun with it. I love the chemistry between Dan Aykroyd and John Cusack in this movie, who played two hitmen who were always trying to outdo each other. And yeah, it's just wonderful. I love it. I love the set and I love the soundtrack. I just think it's great. A great movie. So yeah, if you've not seen Gross Point Blank, check it out. I really enjoy it and I have an absolute blast with it. So yeah, that is number 5, Gross Point Blank. So coming in at number 4 for me is Woody Allen's Bullets Over Broadway. I absolutely love this movie. I think it's my favourite movie that Woody Allen's directed. I just have an absolute blast with it. It is so much fun. It pretty much follows John Cusack's character, who plays this Broadway writer who's trying to come up with this this new Broadway play, as it were, and he's having trouble with some of the characters. He's having trouble financing the play as well. So to finance it, he approaches these gangsters who he says, you know, can you help me finance my Broadway show that I'm trying to get off the ground? And they say, yeah, we can, but the snag is the lead gangster says my girlfriend has to be in the show. So he says okay, and the trouble is she can't act for shit. And yeah, he's just pulling his hair out over this, getting stressed. And as I mentioned before, he's having trouble writing some of the characters as well. But what he finds out is the gangster's girlfriend's bodyguard actually has quite a good knack for coming up with characters. And yeah, that's really basically the plot of the movie. There is things to talk about which can spoil the movie, but if you've not seen it, I fully recommend it. I don't want to talk about it too much else, but yeah, the characters in this movie are absolutely great. Jim Broadbent's in this movie as well. He is hilarious in this film. I just love it. I think it's great. It's one of the best from 1994 as well, which was a solid year for movies already. But yeah, this one, don't let it go under the radar. I think it's a really good fun time. So yeah, that is my number 4 pick, Bullets Over Broadway. So coming in at number 3 for me is probably the movie you associate with John Cusack the most from the 80s, and that is Say Anything. Yeah, I really do enjoy this movie, and I can see the high praise it gets. The characters in this are absolutely wonderful. I love John Cusack's character, who gets this girlfriend, Diane Court, played by Ione Skye. And yeah, I don't really want to talk about it too much, because as the plot goes along, the relationship develops, and you just really get invested in it with the story, and the cast of characters as well. I just really do have a great time with it. It has that famous scene, obviously, where he's standing outside Ione Sky's bedroom with the boombox playing Peter Gabriel. It's just absolutely iconic, and yeah, it's just a wonderful fun film, and a great ending as well, which I just really enjoy. So yeah, that is my number 3 pick, Say Anything. So coming in at number 2 for me is a movie from 1985, which goes quite under the radar a little bit, but I absolutely love this film, and that is Better Off Dead. Yeah, this movie for me is just absolutely wonderful. I don't think it's the best movie ever, absolutely not. But I just love everything that goes on in this movie, and all the little quirks, its humour, its animation. I just love it. It's basically John Cusack's character gets dumped by his girlfriend. She gets dumped by the jock, for the jock basically. And John Cusack is trying to win her back, and he challenges the jock to ski down the side of a mountain, and everyone thinks he's crazy, and everyone thinks he's just absolutely insane for doing this. You can't beat him, and yeah, that's basically the plot of the movie. There's obviously the French exchange student as well, who sort of helps John Cusack get ready. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love the music in this movie. The theme song, One Way Love, I just absolutely really dig. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Really good movie. So yeah, that is number 2, Better Off Dead. So coming in at number 1 for me is Stephen Frears' masterpiece, High Fidelity. I love this movie. I just think it is absolutely brilliant premise, following John Cusack's character, who pretty much talks about all the breakups he's been through, all the while, you know, we're sort of spending time at this record store that he owns, and his employees as well. One of them is played by Jack Black, who's absolutely infectious and hilarious in this movie, and yeah, I just enjoy it so much. That's why it's my number 1 pick, and I just have an absolute blast with this movie. Great cast of characters, great premise, great direction, great soundtrack as well. Yeah, I just absolutely love it. So yeah, that is my number 1 pick, High Fidelity. So yeah, those are my top 10 John Cusack movies, guys. Let me know down below in the comments some of your favourite movies with John Cusack, and yeah, that would just be absolutely grand. So yeah, I'm going to leave the video there, say thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.